Hello, ako ay si Rafi Alunan. Hayaan ninyo akong ipakilala ang dokumentaryong Tagaligtas na linikha namin ni dating Pangulo Fidel V. Ramos. Makikita ninyo ang Tagaligtas sa 8 kabanata. Ito ang unang kabanata. Let me give you a brief overview. Tagaligtas is the story of the Philippine National Police Special Action Force, previously known as the Philippine Constabulary Special Action Force. It is a special operations unit that does ordinary things extraordinarily well. It is a multiple role unit imbued with anti-coup, anti-insurgency, anti-terror, anti-crime, and search rescue missions. Tagaligtas is narrated by those who served during SAF's various appointments with destiny. This documentary has tremendous educational and historical value about its origins, training, and missions that saved lives, the seat of government, and more importantly, freedom and democracy. Ang unang kabanata na mapapanood ninyo ay kung paano binuo ang Special Action Force. Malalaman ninyo sa pananaw ng mga lumikha, mga commanders at tagapayo kung ano gusto nilang marating at maging bukod tangi ang SAF at papanong pinili ang mga natatanging opisyal at tauhan para magampanan nila ang kanilang mga tungkulin.
Patrol at night. I remember patrolling in Legazpi. I remember patrolling in the rice terraces in Banawi.
Heli drop kami. Malayo sa Kabiasnan kami. Malayo sa sentro.
I entered their lair. I had nothing with me except one magazine of caliber 45.
Yung sumigaw, "Sir, dapa!" Tapos yun naputo ka na.
Deliberate yung fire namin. Pak, 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 pak. Tapos, mamaya, nanggagaling naman sa iba yung putok. Pak, pak, pak. So, nagmamaneuver. Natatakot sila dun eh. Alam nila.
I said, I think I'm going to die. Suddenly, one of my men pulled me up. They said, let's go.
You're actually willing to bet your life, not just for the mission, but the people around you, the people you're with.
We are in the business of managing violence. It's in the territory.
We're trained to do that. It's natural for us. In fact, it would be a natural people to do those things.
It's an honor to lead a very special group of disciplined men.
The early 1980s, a decade after martial law was declared, the streets were filled with unrest. The air was thick with threats from all fronts. With the impending chaos facing the country, the government needed to do something drastic. It was during these troubling times when the idea of creating a highly specialized strike force was formed.
Then PC Chief Major General Fidel V. Ramos instructed me to form a study group composed of officers who had various foreign training to put up a special unit for the Philippine Constabulary.
For President Ramos, the best way to quash insurgency was to win the hearts and minds of the people, a creed that goes back to his years as a young weapons platoon leader under National Defense Secretary and would-be Philippine President Ramon Magsaysay.
Ang tinuturo ni Secretary Ramon Magsaysay sa amin, boys, use all-out force with the right hand
an all-out friendship with the left, winning the hearts and the minds of the people. Yan po ang umpisa ng Special Action Force.
During the martial law years, President Ramos was wearing 3 hats. These roles enabled him to carry out Magsaysay's vision.
Here was my chance as concurrently Chief of the PCINP and Vice Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces at the time. One special action force that could respond immediately would be in our arsenal of law enforcement and military organizations.
Our dream at that time was to create a very, very special elite unit composed of officers, highly selected, hand-picked officers and men who can do almost any military or police job that would be required of him. A very highly trained and a very highly specialized unit that can go anywhere in the country, strike at any enemy organization or any enemy force.
The guidance of Jar Ramos and Jar De Villa was, we want a small team, a small group that can strike hard. We dare to go and look for the enemy.
To form an elite unit of men highly proficient in combating insurgency and terrorism, a core group of select officers was immediately tasked to handle training and formation, headed by then PC Major Avelino Razon.
I had a group of officers who came from different trainings.
Among the elite young officers who made the cut were Rosendo Ferrer, who trained with the Special Forces at Fort Bragg, USA, Rodrigo Fernandez, a graduate of the U.S. Army Ranger School in Fort Benning, and Samuel Pagdilao and Villamor Bumanglag, who both underwent rigorous training in the British Royal Marine Commando Corps.
All of these disciplines in these courses that they went through, we fused together so that we could come up with what would now be called the Special Action Force.
The whole idea is that the unit or part of it must be able to reach its target either by land, by water, or by air, or by parachute, if necessary. The unit, as we design it, is highly mobile, to be based in Camp Crame, but can be projected on short notice under the concept of rapid deployment to any part of the country in the Philippines.
But physical training was not enough. Values formation was also on top of their priority list.
So, nung martial law, pag naka-uniforme ka, ilang ang tao sa'yo? Takot. That's something we had to change. They had to change the way they behaved. They had to change their orientation. Iibahin nila yung definition nila kung ano yung trabaho nila.
Devotion to duty, dedication to your assigned duties, and the mission of your unit is of the utmost importance. Ikalawa, to do a good job according to the rule of law. Avoid any violation of human rights or civil rights or political rights, which is the right of all Filipino citizens. But at the same time, to be able to use just enough force to win the situation.
Their one-word mission, to be Tagaligtas, protector of the people, defender of democracy.
Thank you for watching Part 1 of Tagaligtas. Part 2 will focus on the rigorous training of a SAF trooper. Kung nagustuhan ninyo ang video na inyong nakita, sana i-share ninyo sa inyong mga social media communities. Ito ay si Rafi Alunan. May the Force be with you.